Good afternoon. Most of you will see something like this in Washington, D.C. because so many people drive everywhere. As you know, I take a different method. I take America's metro system, and it gets me around Washington, D.C. just fine. So, yes, I did take a walk on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. while I was visiting Washington. So join me, Terry Dixon, for an adventure for anyone as I give you a good old-fashioned look at the mall. So first it needs to be addressed, there's a lot going on at the White House, which is just across the street from the National Mall. There's a number of subway stations down at the mall, everything from Smithsonian to the Capitol South Union Station and Federal Triangle, which was how I got there. So I walked down along this White House nightmare to get down to the National Mall. It all begins right across the street from the Washington Monument. So if you plan on going down there and even want to get a look at the White House, you're not going to get much. It is blocked off way back, a lot of security absolutely everywhere. Up by Federal Triangle is the White House gift shop, so if you want to get something from the White House, just go over there. So there's a lot going on around this mall. As you can see, up by the Smithsonians, of which there's 11 of them, there's a constant barrage of buses. The traffic is awful, and in addition to that, we are about to celebrate 250 years as a country, so it's really busy up there, which is why I opted to spend most of my time on the other half of this National Mall. So I originally crossed the street from the White House, and instead of being up here where all the Smithsonians are at, I took my walk down between the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial. It's really, really unique. So the National Mall is home of more cherry trees and more cherry blossoms. There's a reason we have the National Cherry Blossom Festival down there, because the trees are absolutely everywhere and they are beautiful. You can see the Washington Monument over there. That was erected and opened in 1885. The White House, the first president lived in that in 1800. Then I walked over by the Constitution Gardens and the Constitution Gardens Pond. I believe they're just getting some maintenance done on that. If you go in the summer, I was there in the early spring. You go in the summer, this is probably going to be beautiful. You have the island out there. You've got the willows. Even now I saw a couple of ducks and whatnot out there. They'll all be there for summer, I'm absolutely sure, and you'll love it. And this is off to the side, I call it, on the National Mall. It is newer. It came along in 1965, and it is just an addition because don't fret. Here is the reflecting pool is still there. The reflecting pool has been around for many, many years. It is the centerpiece of the National Mall. On one end you have the ever-popular Lincoln Memorial, opened in 1922. And then here between that and that Washington Monument, you have the man-made reflecting pool. It holds 6.75 million gallons of water, but it's not the world's biggest swimming pool. Don't swim in it. Really frowned on. Cannot say that enough. Now, the mall itself is 300 acres. And recently they built this stable back there. Now, the stables belong to the National Park Service, who maintains the park, and the mounted police reside there, and yes, you can visit. Then I walked down to the World Wars Monument, which is currently running. I'm sure when I was there, they were getting ready for spring. There are over 100 monuments, memorials, and commemorative items on the mall, so you can see all of them. After checking out the reflecting pool area, I walked across Independence Boulevard and over to the tidal basin. This is another 107 acres, and the Jefferson Memorial is at the opposite end. Now, that was built in 1943. It only came along about 8 years after the original cherry trees, which were gifted us from Japan in 1935. This is one of the more beautiful areas to observe the trees along the tidal basin. You can walk down to the Jefferson Memorial, although it's a further walk than it looks. You can see people walking around it on all sides. It's just a beautiful, beautiful pool. You see the pedal boats out there on the water. They're just down that left side. You can go rent them down there if you would like to take them out. They also have kayaks and a couple of other things down there. So after enjoying the tidal basin, I went back over to closer to the Washington Monument. Yes, there are cherry trees all around it. The forsythia, as you can see, were also blooming. This entire mall is maintained by the National Park Service. So they take care of it all. They make it so beautiful for visitors from all over the world. And as you can see, they even have bathrooms. So there's a lot that goes on around this national mall. My favorite part is the part without all the museums. They tend to be really busy. There's 11 of them up there. You can visit them if you want. Once again, the National Mall area, it is the centerpiece of Washington. There are a lot of different subways. I took Federal Triangle and the Smithsonian when I was down there. So all I can say is I went to do some different things in Washington, but there are some traditions you just don't break. It's beautiful. It was spring. It was full of cherry blossoms and blue skies, and it was just a wonderful day.